Hello everyone. We are here to discuss a crucial issue, the environmental effects of economic infrastructure development, a study in habitat loss and species endangerment. Infrastructure like roads, dams, and urban expansion is essential for growth, but it comes at a high environmental cost. This development often leads to significant impacts like habitat loss and species endangerment. Consider the fact 40% of urban areas worldwide host vulnerable species and globally wildlife population have severely declined due to land clearing. Specific examples like the sharp decrease in forest cover in the Philippines highlight this crisis. Our study focuses on this critical issue to foster solutions that prioritize both economic progress and sustainable development.
Objective 1. Identify the significant environmental impacts and corresponding consequences generated by infrastructure development, focusing particularly on habitat loss and fragmentation. This objective helps identify and understand the environmental costs of infrastructure development, specifically habitat loss and fragmentation, informing strategies to mitigate these impacts and promote sustainable development. Objective 2. Formulate efficient strategies to mitigate and reduce the negative impacts of economic growth and infrastructure advancement on biodiversity. This objective is used to raise awareness about the environmental consequences of infrastructure development and guide efforts to minimize harm, balance growth with conservation, and prioritize sustainability. Objective 3. Outline the efficient practice for balancing economic growth while maintaining environmental sustainability. This objective creates strategies to lessen the negative effect of economic growth and infrastructure on the environment and biodiversity. Objective 4. Determine the effectiveness of strategies implemented in ensuring the conservation of endangered species in the midst of infrastructure expansion. This objective check if eco-friendly strategies and projects effectively protect endangered species and reduce harm to the environment.
The target group are consisted of 5 environmental professionals with extensive experience in forestry, working at the Department of Environment and Natural Resources or DENRs. All participants are BS Forestry graduates and serves as foresters within the organization, providing a rich and relevant pool of experience.
What are the key problems? So there are two key problems in our respondents. The first key problem is that the government rarely pay attention to the environmental damages. The second key problem are the contractors. Some contractors do not get the permits to build any infrastructure. Due to that, damages occur. Next, why is there a need for a solution? There is a need for a solution so that the DNR can mitigate or reduce the impacts done to the environment.
This study came up with a proposed solution of planting 100 native and diverse species of trees as a post-habitat restoration in the affected area where the construction of infrastructure project was placed. This will comply with the collaboration between the developers and community stakeholders. So why did we select only the native species in this project? That is because native species ensure the effective growth and adaptability of the trees in the area. This proposed solution would be directly beneficial for the restoration of habitat and retrieval of disrupted species. Moreover, it promotes community involvement and active participation towards environmental activity among locals. To ensure the effectiveness of the implementation of this proposed solution, there are specific procedures to apply. This will include the project permits integration, security of the funding, ensuring community participation, and regular monitoring.
We face a real challenge. Infrastructure development is necessary, but it's causing critical habitat loss and putting our species in danger. We can't just talk about it, we have to act.
Our proposal is simple but powerful. Habitat restoration through comprehensive tree planting. The nature of the solution is a comprehensive habitat restoration effort focused on mitigating environmental impacts from infrastructure development, primarily through large-scale tree planting. This is not a one-off event, but a sustainable commitment requiring long-term funding and monitoring to ensure that planted trees, specifically at least 100 native and diverse species, thrive beyond initial.
To ensure high citizen participation, the initiative will offer incentives, such as community development projects. The solution is designed and developed through a structured procedure that begins with securing necessary project permits from the DANR. This is followed by resource mobilization and establishing partnerships with NGOs and LGUs. Experts will then conduct a pre-planting survey utilizing tools like GIS and mapping to identify suitable sites and ensure a steady supply of high-quality native seedlings. With this planning and preparation phase projected to take approximately 1 to 2 months.
There are four specific steps to implement this solution. First, secure permits and grantings. Get project permits from DSR with written conditions requiring habitat restoration after construction. Second, fund and part. Secure funding commitments, establish partnership with NGOs, and ensure coordination with LGUs. Third, orient and train the community. Gather the community for orientation and training and thoroughly discuss the initiative and its risks. And the last, plan and source. Draft a tree planting and monitoring with plant local experts. Identify DNR accredited plant nurseries for policy, native, and diverse settings.
The researcher recommended this solution because, first, it promotes biodiversity restoration and prevents species extinction. Second, encourages community participation and strengthens environmental awareness. Third, balances economic growth and environmental protection. It is feasible, sustainable, and ethical as it supports the Filipino value of bayanin, working together for a shared cause. This solution ensures that development does not destroy the environment but instead contributes to its recovery and sustainability.